Now, who exactly is the best fictional United States president to ever grace our television or movie theater screens? We'll be finding out by using a classic head-to-head style bracket fight debate here in this episode of Eat Sleep Nerd, a show where you can check out, go AFK, and relax with us as we discuss all things nerd. I'm your dorky DJ, Corey Winter, and joining me for this democratic debate, here in the studio we got Christian James, Josh Winter, Nick Murphy, and Jason Summer.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's not how it goes.
No, that's
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we just
He did it with
so much confidence.
I was gonna say you should have said here's our panel of candidates.
Oh,
That's what I tried to say before he honored the Queen of England
We should totally
Walking in
redo
here.
that completely.
with the incorrect theme song.
Aldog, I feel like that was pretty good. All right.
It's hard to read the joke on this channel.
Doing the Olympics now.
All right, so we're doing a bracket fight. You guys know how this goes by now. We do head-to-head battles of all the fictional presidents that we have collected here in this list. We're going to see in each pairing which one is the best. So we have 16 presidents, fictional presidents for movies, and 16 fictional presidents from television shows. Obviously, a lot more than just 16 in movies and television shows. I just kind of picked the more popular ones, just so we kind of all have a better chance of knowing who they are.
So this is the Corey edit?
This is the Corey edit.
So
Okay.
the presidential Sweet 16.
Sure.
Corey.
Yeah.
Who was the 16th president?
Abraham Lincoln.
I'm going to be quizzing you throughout.
Okay. So, these are your fictional presidents. These are not actors that were playing like Abraham Lincoln or George W. Bush. These are fictional, only exist in film and TV.
Josh Brolin.
So,
Christian Bale.
He was Cheney.
that was
And that movie was
awesome.
awesome.
Oh my God! Yes, that movie was so good.
That movie was
Man, it was a
awesome.
good movie.
So that's not an example.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
cool,
okay.
cool.
All right.
All right. Our first pairing is a Morgan Freeman matchup from the movie side of things. We're actually going to be working through the movie characters first. So in the first matchup, we actually have Tom Beck by Morgan Freeman in Deep Impact, and we have Alan Trumbull by Morgan Freeman in Angel Has Fallen. So it's up to your opinions what you think best actually means. Did they have good policies? Were they good at killing people? I don't know. It depends on the context. So
His policy in Deep Impact was: do I want this meteorite to hit Earth or not? Right. That's what we know of his policy.
No.
I think-
That wasn't entirely it.
Did he believe in universal health care or something? Like, what was the?
It was more of like a thoughtful, logical way of preserving humanity if the United States was going to be destroyed and if the world was going to be destroyed.
So are we going by, I guess, literally just being the best president? Like making the best opportunity or making the best decision you can? Is that?
I think for me, I'm going to be going with who would I want to be president in real life.
Okay. So it's not inherently what they did.
Yeah.
It
But
is.
yeah, it's up for
We're
your-
we're voting on them as a theoretical.
like
Would
that
I
as a method.
take them
Yeah.
as my president? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So do I want Morgan Freeman president or other Morgan Freeman president?
Now, funnily,
Oddly enough.
oddly enough, these are both presidents in crisis. So one's dealing with a giant meteor heading towards Earth. One of them's dealing with, terrorists.
It's a very personal crisis, though, for him.
Sure.
I'm going for gray hair Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
Which one's that one?
Second term Morgan Freeman.
He's been gray since his 20s.
The what is that? The Angel is down.
Angel
Has Fallen.
Angel Has Fallen. Because I think I either saw the first one or this one.
Is that
this
I'm picking that.
Gerard Butler?
Yeah.
okay?
Yes,
I
this
was
is
going to
the-
ask: is this Gerard Butler movie or is this Channing Tatum?
This
movie?
is Gerard Butler movie. This is the third one.
Okay.
So in the first two movies, he played Secretary of Defense, one of those
Sure.
secretaries.
Mhm,
And the third one actually became president. So, yes.
Okay.
I picked that one.
Yeah.
I picked Tom Beck.
Me too.
Interesting. I am going to go with Alan Trumbull. So Andrew Has Fallen. So that's our
Yeah.
tiebreaker.
Well, that's dumb.
Well, he's got more experience.
All right. Our next matchup
Sorry.
is Alan Richmond, played by Gene Hackman in what is it? Absolute Power. And we have Baxter Harris by Leslie Nielsen in Scary Movie 3 and 4.
This feels really relevant. No.
Oh.
The clueless one or the horrible one? Which one do you want?
No. So Alan Richmond, he's kind of a horrible person, right?
Yeah, see, this is an example of a not good
Yeah.
president. Like, didn't he like have someone murdered in this one? Spoilers.
That was Kevin Spacey.
Don't they all do that?
Because like he's trying to cover up
It's literally
a
part of the
scandal,
job.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's somebody investigating. Who is it? Who's the one investigating what happened? In
Oh,
this?
I forget.
I saw this movie like one time,
I don't think I've ever seen
I
that
haven't
movie.
quite a while ago.
It's a big shocker. I haven't
So
seen
while-
the movie.
Solidarity,
Corey's
Nick. I
looking
haven't
this
seen it.
up. For the longest time, I hated Gene Hackman as an actor because he played Lex Luthor in Superman.
That's ridiculous.
Mm.
You know
It
it's
is
a movie,
ridiculous.
right?
That is ridiculous.
I saw Superman when I was a kid. So, but he's a fantastic actor.
He did believe
He's
a
really
man
good,
could
yeah.
fly.
He's very
He
good.
what? I did believe in makeup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it was Clint
But yes.
Eastwood.
Uh,
Yeah, exactly. Ed Harris.
I love Ed Harris.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, good cast.
I'm going with Scary Movie, personally. So
I mean, I think I want competent evil over
yeah.
incompetent.
No.
No,
But did he do wrong?
Which one?
Baxter Harris.
No.
Truth be told, though, like an incompetent president can't really do that much harm. An evil president can do a lot of harm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm picking. I have not seen either of these movies, so I'm going to pick Leslie Nielsen.
Surely you're going to pick Baxter Harris.
Don't call me Shirley.
So
we're all counting on you. I guess we're doing.
We're going Scary Movie. All right.
Whoa.
All right. Now we have Thomas Whitmore, played by Bill Putman in Independence Day, and Tom Dobbs, played by Robin Williams in Man of the Year.
Bill Pullman.
Bill
all
Pullman.
day.
Yeah, 1000%.
He can make a better speech.
This guy's going straight to the top.
Also, when you have somebody that will actually fight in the war.
Oh, yeah. He was on the ground.
Was it pilot?
Yeah.
Pilot?
He was in the air.
Boots in the air.
Then he was
That's
all
something
over the
different.
place.
All right, now we have Benjamin Asher, played by Aaron Eckhart in Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen, and Maze Gilliam, played by Chris Rock in Head of State.
This is Channing Tatum.
I wanted
No.
Head of State
No.
to be funnier
No.
than it was,
Oh.
but it was. I mean, it was fine. It was a really stupid movie, and I love Aaron Eckhart,
Yeah, I thought he was awesome.
so I'll
Yeah.
pick that one. Although
Look at that hair.
he also looks like he can perfectly fine defend himself.
He's got that Batman jaw.
He's got that grizzle.
So going with that one?
Yeah, either one are going to lose to Bill Pullman.
You don't want any Two Faces in office.
All right.
Duplicious.
Now we have
Duplicious.
Bill Mitchell, played by Kevin Kline, and Dave, and Andrew Shepard,
Ooh.
played by Michael Douglas in The American President.
Dave,
I'm going to say the American president.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
definitely Michael
Dave.
Douglas.
Ooh.
y'all are wrong.
I've
He wasn't even the president.
He was he was a genuinely good person.
He was comatose.
Imagine yourself. Here's about that one. This guy. Imagine yourself. You get to be put in. Now, this would be the end of democracy if this was ever found out, and it would be found out. But like, if there was a deep fake president,
Yeah.
But you have the actual opportunity to go in and adapt and change policy to, as a good person like he is, to actually do some good for the country. I think I would love that opportunity. So I'm picking Dave, but whatever.
But Andrew Shepard
I
is
don't
a
care.
decent
What
person
you're going
in
to say, I don't
office.
and he was a single father.
Dave.
Well then,
It's not very
So-
debatey.
We're going the American President.
Yeah. I win. La la la.
I will not expend my breath on you, Sal.
It's fine.
All right, next matchup. Jackson Evans, played by Jeff Bridges in The Contender, versus Janie Orlean, played by Meryl Streep in Don't Look Up.
Don't look.
So
up
obviously
those-
hers is very sarcastic and not sarcastic, but what's the word?
not very demure, not very mindful.
What's the word I'm looking for?
I'm worried I'm going to ask.
Satire.
It sounds
Satire.
Satire.
Okay.
Satirical. Thank you. So, fun fact.
I don't
about-
want to answer.
fun fact about Jeff Bridges: he actually was Oscar nominated for this role.
I'm
He's the
picking Meryl.
dude.
Yeah, Don't Look Up was way too much like real life. So
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges.
I've not seen either one of these movies, so I can't.
You would hate or you would love Don't Look Up, and then it'll really piss you off.
You would hate how much you love it,
Yes.
or
Okay.
love how
Yes.
much you hate it.
But
Yes.
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 The answer is both.
So the answer is Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Sure.
right. Next matchup should be an easy one. James Marshall, played by Harrison Ford in Air Force One, versus James Dale, played by Jack Nicholson in Mars Attacks.
How much?
Dale, hands down.
How much did they have to pay Jack Nicholson
Right.
to do that movie?
I've always wondered that.
I mean,
Yeah.
a stupid amount of money for him to agree to do that.
But also back then, money probably wasn't that much.
So we're saying Harrison Ford, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there even
yeah.
a debate?
Another president with boots in the air.
It's true.
Okay.
It's a
All right.
theme.
I believe our last movie matchup
That's
is
crazy.
James Sawyer, played by Jamie Foxx in White House Down. This is the Channing Tatum one.
Mm.
Versus William Allen Moore, played by Samuel L. Jackson in Big Game.
I can't get down on that hairline though.
Yeah, I've not even seen that.
It's very much a Snakes on a Plane type of movie.
Ah.
It was right at the
Who
same
needed
time.
that?
You can actually see the plane crashing behind him. Like,
Yeah.
Very
Seems
presidential.
very action packy.
yes.
Okay.
I guess Jamie Foxx. I guess
Sure.
I just can't get down on the hairline though.
Yeah, right.
it's a lot.
There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, this was the Channing Tatum movie that came out the same time that Olympus Has Fallen did, but obviously Olympus Has Fallen much better. So
I think he was also
were them-
boots on the ground.
was Olympus
president.
Has Fallen in White House Down, like one of those pairings of
Mhm.
movies where they're both doing the same thing, like Armageddon,
Volcano
Deep
and-
Impact.
yes,
Yeah.
and Volcano and Dante's Peak, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dante's Peak was so good.
All right. So going back up to our second round of the movie matchups, we now have Alan Trumbull, Morgan Freeman, Angel Has Fallen versus Baxter Harris, Leslie Nielsen, Scary Movie 3 and 4.
Is Trumbull a decent person?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then,
So now
Him.
we're taking character into the. Yeah.
well, I mean, when you have somebody that's clueless and decent and confident, and okay,
Morgan Freeman, go.
Okay.
We agree.
All right. Now Thomas Whitmore, Bill Pullman, Independence Day, and then Benjamin Asher, Aaron Eckhart, Olympus Has Fallen, and London Has Fallen.
Obviously, it's Bill Pullman.
Yeah,
right?
Bill Pullman.
yes,
Nope.
There's going to be one really hard one at the end here.
Yeah. Like we all
This
know
is
this
not
is
the
going.
one.
Right?
Like we
yeah.
we know the two it's
yeah,
going to
we
be.
know it. Yeah, we know where it's headed.
Like
All right. Andrew Shepard, Michael Douglas versus Jackson Evans by Jeff Bridges.
Andrew Shepard.
sure,
I'm not voting on this one.
Oh,
it doesn't
what?
matter. It's
You
going to get knocked
It's a
out.
Dave protest.
You know what?
It's a Dave.
You can't. You're such a sore loser.
No, we gotta see who makes it to the
I'm
final.
perfectly
four.
fine. I'm just not voting.
Why are you not voting?
Because it's a Dave protest.
That sounds like a sore loser thing.
I will, but I'm not. I'm not sore. I'm just saying I'm not voting.
I'm going Michael Douglas.
I feel fine.
Abstaining. Yeah, I'm
voting
going Michael
president.
Douglas.
Walgreens.
Doesn't matter. He's going to get beat out by Harrison Ford in a second. So
I'm here. That's all you get from me.
So we got 2 for Michael Douglas.
Yeah, Michael Douglas.
All right.
I like how smart our voting jokes are.
All right. There's not even, I don't think, a debate here, but Harrison Ford in Air Force One versus Jamie Foxx in White House Down.
Get off my play.
Yeah, not even going to waste time on
Have
that
y'all
one.
seen the Bob's Burgers episode doing that?
Yes.
It's very funny. It's very funny.
All right. Getting a little tougher here.
Bill Pullman.
Yeah, it's Bill Pullman.
Okay.
Might be
Well,
might be tough for you, but
No, I want to hear some arguments here.
Was Whitmore good only because of the crisis? Because he was actually the entire our entire introduction to him was that he was kind of a bland do nothing president until
greatness was thrust upon
Right.
him. Yeah.
But was Morgan Freeman's character already a good president and heading into
I think he
The
was.
crisis
I think he was a good under person, like cabinet member. Wasn't he a cabinet member?
Yeah.
He was
Okay.
a good serving cabinet member who
Right.
got forced to be president.
okay,
But then he got reelected.
right,
Yeah. So yeah, he's genuinely a good fictional character.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as much as I really enjoyed Whitmore and would like to say Whitmore, I think I'd have to go with Trumbull for that
Okay.
reason.
Okay. Let's hear that argument. So really,
He just,
what made Thomas Whitmore a good president for the people that are willing to vote for him?
His
fought
call to
aliens.
action.
Just
Yeah.
the speech?
Yeah. He's a
Well, I
man of
mean,
action.
What are we
Yeah.
doing? He fought aliens
Oh, that's a good argument.
He literally defended
He
the planet.
in a
Absolutely.
fighter jet. He went into the alien ship.
So did hundreds of other pilots.
So Bill Pullman?
I'll kind of give you that. Yes,
Yes.
Putman.
All right. Now we got Andrew Shepard by Michael Douglas and James Marshall.
I'm protesting.
Harrison Ford.
I support your protest.
Don't know.
I mean, it's James Marshall, right? Same
Yes.
argument. He actually did the fight himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He
never
sounded like
choice.
he was a pretty good president up to that point too. Before that too. So
Yeah, he was literally getting ready to tell Russia to go F itself. And then completely unrelated, had to handle some business.
with the Russians.
So
On the way to Russia.
So yes, yeah.
That's what we should watch on Thursday.
see, and here we go.
What
All right. The real debate.
First one.
The real debate. The final two in the movie side of things. We have Thomas Whitmore, played by Bill Pullman in Independence Day, versus James Marshall, played by Harrison Ford in Air Force One.
I mean, it's Harrison Ford, right?
I don't know.
The nation at stake or the world at stake?
Ooh.
Okay, but
Mm.
Whitmore only piloted the plane. Harrison Ford
now
not
we
only
know.
piloted the plane, but he like shot people and choked a dude out and did also. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like Marshall literally handled more business than Whitmore did.
And they both have some-
And sometimes your value is measured by whether or not what it would have been like if you weren't there. If you take Whitmore out of the fight, Randy, what's his face?
Quaid.
Still, yes, thank you. I was trying to say Randy Newman. I'm like, no.
No, that's way wrong.
Left, right. Green aliens. No, because that's what they do. Anywho,
Little boxes on
if Whitmore hadn't been there, they
Owned
still would
up.
have beaten the alien. Between redneck Randy Quaid and Jeff Goldblum, the world would have still been saved.
Hmm.
Whereas if Harrison Ford hadn't been there, literally the entire plan would have gone the way it was supposed to.
Now, to your point, because of his policies,
Aggressive.
his aggressive policies, you could argue that that's why those terrorists were in the plane to begin with.
Mm.
So he was fighting
So
his
if it
own
was
fight.
a different
He's
president,
fighting his own
Yeah.
demons.
Yeah. He did it himself.
yeah,
Sounds like a heck of a guy.
But
He's like, oops, you know what?
nobody would have really known. Like if we, us as regular human Americans would have never known that he did this because it was in the secrecy of the world's most secure plane. Well, except for the terrorist part.
Okay, but Whitmore literally went to Area 51, which is pretty secret and
and saw data.
not disclosed. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was data.
Yeah, it was.
That was
Wow.
data.
I vote for Whitmore.
Oh.
I'm going Marshall.
Whitmore.
Oh my God.
Marshall.
Oh God. And why am I the deciding vote?
Because you
Sure.
don't speak up quick enough.
Because you're the VP.
I mean, you got to go Marshall. It's
You gotta.
you gotta.
You gotta.
It's
Two of us didn't.
President Ford.
It's the
I
president- it's President
distinctly
Ford.
remember watching this in theater and going, I wish we had a president like this. Like that was one of my thoughts in the theater. I was like, that was, yeah.
They're all too old.
All right, so James Marshall played by Harrison Ford in Air Force One makes it into the final two.
Bill
He'll be
Clinton
matching
did.
up against whoever is the best president in TV. So
Wait.
Smooth jazz.
Before we move on,
Hmm.
can we actually first, Corey, who is the third president?
hold on.
John Adams?
No, he's the second. No, yes,
Jefferson, wasn't it?
it was Jefferson.
Yeah.
Anyway, my actual
You're
point.
just throwing your stuff.
I told him I was going to quiz him. I forgot my question.
All right.
Wait. Who would, if we could compare an actual alive president, or not alive, because there's not many comparative, of all the presidents,
Mhm.
actual American presidents,
Yep.
do we think any of them could have done or would have done one of the things that Whitmore or Harrison Ford did?
Teddy.
Teddy for sure.
Mhm,
It's said
mhm.
that's the
Teddy-
most recent
Teddy-
one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of him, but I think Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson 100% would. He led troops while he was president. Speaking of presidents who did stuff like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, but definitely Teddy.
I agree with that. I agree.
That's definitely a hit first.
Got
But
shot.
he'd be really disappointed though if it was not the Harrison Ford version.
Sure.
Like
Bro got shot and was like, I need to finish my speech first.
That's a very good point.
Hold, please.
You
he
know-
said, yeah, we got time. We got time.
You know, wild card. I don't know why I think this, but JFK.
I was kind of thinking that too.
Speaking of people who got
Just
shot.
because
Feels wiry.
younger and wired.
Yeah.
Literally was a
He-
soldier.
he-
Ooh, but he had a bad back though
He broke
because
his
of that.
back.
He was in a
Yeah.
lot of pain.
But he didn't he swim even though his back was broken, or somebody saved him or something?
Yeah, like, and then he like No, he-
Eisenhower or somebody.
I don't remember.
Yeah, somebody saved him.
Interesting
water.
fellow,
Yeah, in the water. Yeah,
and he had a cameo at the end of Oppenheimer.
and he was legit. Like Cuban Missile Crisis was legit. Like
That was a thing.
crazy stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I talked to my mom about that the other day about like her being in school during all that.
Hmm.
Crazy.
Crazies.
All right, we move into the second round, the TV side of things. So the best presidents, fictional presidents in television shows. There's been a lot of them. So I just picked 16 that are kind of the more popular ones. So
Did you is the president from Rick and Morty on here?
it actually was one of the final cuts. Sorry.
He literally has one of my favorite lines ever. He goes, "I'm the president of the United States," which is basically the world, but don't tell anyone I said that.
All right, so our first matchup is an interesting one. We got the House of Cards matchup. Claire Underwood, played by Robin Wright, versus Francis Underwood, played by Kevin Spacey.
That's a really clever match.
So I mean, it's
Mhm.
it's interesting, but it's not hard. Kevin Spacey, 1000%.
He was not a good
Why
president,
though?
Like,
Why
just,
do you think that?
he was not successful.
Other than taking Kevin Spacey out of it.
No, that's 100% the reason.
Okay,
Oh my
that's what I
God.
thought.
Let's
were
be
not
super
the
clear here.
parameters that we were given.
He eats ribs.
You know what?
Does he?
I'm also
Love
still
ribs.
mad at Robin Wright because of what she did to Forrest. That's a huge part of it.
That's
That's crazy.
But she trained Gal Gadot so well.
Okay, I think
I really don't know personally. I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I mean, no, that's actually an excellent point. In the show, Frank Underwood did not have a successful presidency.
But like, okay, so, but it was such a, in my opinion, such a, or rather, what I imagine it's like actually there. Kevin Spacey did such a good job of portraying the character the way we think or at least me, the way I think
Yeah, no.
politics would be done. Like
It
if
feels
I,
right.
if
Yeah.
I was in that position and I wanted to be president, I think I might,
I mean, it's a plan.
you know,
Yeah.
you know, and of course Claire Underwood, it was, she kind of got forced into that situation. I don't really, because of what happened
Yeah.
with, so I'm not even going to count her.
I
as
will say,
president.
though, one of the best moments ever in television for me was the end of the last season they had together where she also broke the fourth wall.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And everyone was like, ah, she did
That
the
was sick.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sick. I mean, now I'm not taking anything away from Robin Wright because I think she
Yeah,
did an
no.
incredible job in that
Yeah.
role.
But it was
I
just
think
kind of
they
like,
just kind of had
it was
to end
almost
the show.
unfair.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just like we need to end it, and this is a character we have, so go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Frank Underwood, but he was not a good person. He was not a
no, yeah, let's be clear on that.
In
Let's
the
be clear on this.
slightest.
Neither one of them was a good
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of the theme of the show.
Yeah. But
No,
it very well acted, fantastic show until the 5th season.
I was going to say, do we agree that really the best way to watch that show is just to stop after the second season?
Yeah.
Like when he gets in the office, he puts the ring on and tap, tap. That's where it just should have ended.
That's the 3rd season.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
is that what
that
it was? Yeah. Okay.
That was incredible. That was a moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was it. Like that's where it should have stopped.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which I think is where the book stops
Ah.
before it goes to the sequels.
I had no idea there was a book.
Yeah. It's British, so it's a little different as far as the actual politicking goes because their system's slightly different. But yeah, it was adapted, and one of the biggest things they had to do was change it from how British politics works to American. But they did like 3 books.
Did he like
Or
become
something.
king or something?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, well, prime minister,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
guess.
it's prime minister.
I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, because that's a
Can't be
lot of
elected.
weeping to get.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That was a long
You had to
game.
kill so
Yeah.
many people
Yeah.
for that.
All right, so Francis Underwood.
Or just one.
I haven't seen it,
There's
so I
this
can
succession.
tell you
Well, but if you win the fight,
when we're the other.
Excellent
So
TV.
now it
Frank
worked.
Underwood.
Okay.
Frank Underwood. Okay, all right.
yes, it's Frank Underwood. Sorry, we were having a whole different.
All right.
Oh my God! Go
I'm
ahead,
so
sorry.
glad she was on here.
All right, so Selena Meyer, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus
Louis.
in Veep, and Thomas Kirkman, played by Kiefer Sutherland in Designated
Elaine.
Survivor.
Elaine.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say just up front, she's one of my original crushes.
Really?
So there's gonna be a lot of bias here.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, I loved Designated Survivor.
Yes.
Great show. Kiefer Sutherland, incredible actor in it. Very 24. But it was and the first episode when obviously we know what Designated Survivor is, but the first episode when the Capitol blew up and he just like the dread on his face and you see like,
your life is basically over.
I'm president right now and all of my friends just died.
Yeah.
Well, even more so than that, like when he actually like became president, it was actually a very like Star Trek-y thing where every single episode he had like a moral theme that he was trying to get across to people. He always had like an epic speech at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
It's like I think it was very presidential.
Yeah,
so he's my pick.
He was a great person and a good president and did a really good job leading the country during, literally it had no leaders except for him. However, Selena Meyer is her. She is her. Like the Veep is such an incredible show from beginning to end. The creativity of the writing, the storytelling in that, the extra characters, or the supporting characters. Selena Meyer, hands down, one of the best characters ever created on television.
So I will
really
clarify.
So good.
When the show started, Veep, she was the vice president. She became president in the third season, I believe.
Third or fourth, yeah.
Yeah, so she is president. So just to clarify.
It counts.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta go with her.
Yeah. I'm going keeper.
The only thing I didn't like about Designated Survivor is really not their fault. Wasn't he something really low, like Secretary of something?
Transportation.
Well, but
something really boring or whatever. Anyway, the problem I had with that is I can't think of anything other than a badass when I look at Kiefer Sutherland.
Sure.
So like you can put him in a sweater and some glasses, but I don't believe he's meek and not sure what's going on. Like, no, that guy's just waiting to kill me with the sweater. So that was my only problem with that show. Is like I just didn't believe him as someone who had to grow into confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was very
Like,
well mannered in the show, though. Like,
yeah,
he
like,
played the part.
I would have almost, and again, I like Kiefer Sutherland. It would have been more, I don't know, for me, believable if they had a meek actor or someone who does
But Kiefer.
lack of confidence.
Sure.
Not what, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, that was my only problem with it. It was an oddly difficult leap of faith for me to be like, it's not a badass.
Okay. I mean,
He's gonna have to learn to be a badass. Let's keep
I
yourself.
get you.
He's already
I get you.
badass.
Veep.
Veep, 1000% for me. Veep.
The answer is Veep.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just that's the correct answer.
Christian and Jason haven't
Yeah,
picked one.
Really?
Dang it.
I said Elaine right off the bat.
All right, Veep.
Yeah, Beep.
Rest in peace, Keeper.
Yay.
What? He's not dead.
He's dead in this game.
Oh.
All right, the next matchup. Constance Payton, played by, what's it say? Alfre Woodward and State of Affairs versus Mackenzie Allen, played by Gina Davis and Commander-in-Chief.
I have not seen.
I was gonna say I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen either
either.
of these.
Gina Davis and Commander-in-Chief was very good. One of the original TV presidents.
I mean, yeah, I remember that. I remember it being on.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
a thing. I remember that.
I just never watched it.
What I will say is, based off of how I've seen them play their characters in other shows and movies, I'm going to go with President Payton.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm voting for the black lady.
Oh,
I do feel like Gina Davis would have more difficulty being assertive.
She looks terrified.
Yes.
Like I'm
Well, she's
speaking in
in
front of a room full of people.
it was actually hard to
Oh my
find
God.
pictures of these. Just it was so.
Yeah. She looks like
yeah, I'm gonna go with
Constance.
especially if we're in a time of distress.
So State of Affairs. All right, interesting. All right,
Is that Hillary Clinton?
Interesting.
no. All right, our next matchup: Allison Taylor, played by Cherry Jones in 24, versus Elizabeth McCord, played by Tia Leone and Madam Secretary. To clarify, she was secretary through 7 seasons. Then the last season, she became president.
That's wild.
Wow.
So Allison Taylor, I will say,
Term
I
limits.
watched all of 24. She was probably the most genuine, good person that played president in that show. A lot of them were like corrupt.
Yeah.
She was not. So I will say, as far as presidents in 24 goes, she's probably the best one. But I also love Tia. She was awesome.
I'll pick Madam Secretary, even though I've not seen
It was so good.
it.
Yeah.
And I didn't
Tia.
watch
Yeah,
it.
I just have trouble trusting politicians in 24, so I gotta
Yeah,
go.
right.
It's not even their fault. It's just circumstantial. I don't
All
think
right,
it's gonna
Madam
work.
Secretary moves on. Love it. It's one of my favorite shows. All right, another matchup. Fitzgerald Thomas Grant III, played by Tony Goldwyn in Scandal, versus David Palmer, played by Dennis
Having a
Haysbert
hard
in
time.
24.
Were we in good hands with 24?
Yes.
Stop it.
That was
He
good.
did the thing.
That was good.
Oh, I get it.
It's an insurance joke.
That was an actual
Allstate.
question because of what I just said. But
That's good.
Well, it was yes, it was both.
I'm going David Palmer.
I like Dennis Haysbert. He's a great actor. I'm going to go with Fitzgerald Grant over there.
Who here
Um,
has seen Scandal?
I've seen parts of it, not the whole thing.
I was gonna say I
I haven't
got
seen
like
either.
a season and a half into it.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't seen either.
I saw it in relation to How to Get Away with Murder
Yeah,
because they tied in together.
correct.
He's kind of a sleazebag though, and like
Mhm.
cheated, and
I mean, just
the,
look
the
at
show's
it.
called
Yeah.
Scandals.
yeah.
Yeah.
What good is going to
So
come
is
out
President Palmer a decent president?
He's a very good president.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
We'll go with him.
all right.
Sounds like
Great
the guys
tie. Let's go.
I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just-
Great time.
All right. Here we go. The next matchup, Caroline Reynolds, played by Patricia
Patricia.
Wedding?
Wedding in Prison Break versus Charles Logan, played by Gregory Itzin in 24. So he is a very bad man.
I don't like either one of
He
these.
actually looks like he's just evil. Like
Yeah,
just a
just-
scumbag. Just
Palpatine.
Although
and-
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure
Nixon. He looks like
Do it.
Nixon.
I'm pretty sure Caroline Reynolds
Reynolds
was a bad person too.
I imagine, yeah. Like I saw a little bit of Prison Break, but I really couldn't tell.
I feel like I
How did
remember.
How do we get to president in Prison Break?
Pardon, pal.
Checks out.
If it's federal, if it's state.
Yeah, you're just
In
screwed.
good faith, I cannot go Charles Logan. So
I mean, yeah, we're gonna go with Caroline.
Sure. President Reynolds.
Mm-hmm. I
I'm
like
pretty
her
sure Charles
earrings.
Logan actually like had people killed.
Wasn't that Wolverine?
I think that's just part of being the president.
All right. Our next matchup, Garrett Allen Walker, played by, I always forget how to pronounce his name. Is it Michelle or Michael?
Michelle.
Michelle Gill.
Sure.
Michel, is he France?
In House of Cards, he's the OG president in House of Cards
Right.
before Frank Underwood took
The
over.
one who screwed Frank Underwood in the first place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he was supposed to make him a cabinet member and he didn't.
Yes. Versus Conrad Dalton, played by Keith Carradine in Madam Secretary.
David's brother.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the House of Cards one because I think I remember liking him for a bit. I think because
He was just
Frank,
gullible.
Yeah, because Frank was such a sleazebag. It made him look good by comparison.
Right.
So I'm going to pick him.
I'm going Madam Secretary.
Are there one of these presidents like good?
Both of them are
people?
good people. Yeah.
Okay.
House of Cards.
Right now we're tied.
I'm going House of Cards.
Just
Oh,
House of
yeah.
Cards.
He did put Frank in
okay,
his place.
House
yeah.
of
All
Cards.
right. I guess that's the winner. All
House
right.
of Cards.
I mean, for a second.
Yeah.
I
For a little bit.
politics just now.
All right, our last matchup on the TV side, Josiah Bartlett, played by Martin Sheen in The West Wing, versus
It's crazy.
Elias Martinez, played by Blair Underwood in The Event.
Martinez. Blair Underwood. Come on.
I mean, we're.
He's got that good skin.
I mean, yeah, we're going Bartlett, right?
Yeah, Bartlett.
Yeah.
We all see where this is going at this point.
Oh, no.
We know who's going down on this one.
All right, Frank Underwood in House of Cards versus Selena Meyer
Meyer.
I'm still
Mayor.
picking Selena Meyer.
and
Meyer.
Veep.
I'm still doing it.
Yeah, Meyer.
Selena Meyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to do it to Frank, but
No, that's a good choice. All right, Constance Payton in State of Affairs versus Elizabeth McCord in Madam Secretary.
Elizabeth McCord.
Yeah.
Well, let everybody else do that.
I mean, yeah. No.
I don't. You guys,
Corey
figure it
here's
out.
one guy. I agree.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Yeah. I like
Way to whip those votes, Corey.
All
That's
right.
one.
we all agree, right?
Click, 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 click.
David Palmer from 24 versus Caroline Reynolds in Prison Break.
Palmer.
Yeah, let's go Paul.
Palmer.
Balbo.
All right. Now we got Garrett Walker in House of Cards versus
Bartlett.
Jed Bartlett in The West Wing.
Josiah.
Bartlett.
Bardled.
We never even saw Michelle put on a jacket.
Aaron Sorkin, please.
All right.
Meyer.
Oh, man.
Yep, Meyer.
Selena Meyer and Veep versus Elizabeth McCord, Madam Secretary.
Selena Meyer.
Dang it.
Christian, have you seen Veep?
I have not.
Veep is so good.
You especially would love that show. She is ridiculously vulgar.
Like, it's just obscene. Yeah. Like,
It's
All right.
but like
it's unnecessary. Yeah.
You saw the gears start. going on Christian over there. It's like vulgar.
Literally the first 10 minutes in that show will be like, okay, this is the best show on HBO.
Max.
Yep. I mean, now, yeah.
I'm calling
Probably.
I'm calling him what his
I will
mama
still
named
call
him.
Yeah.
it Twitter, so I don't mind
Same.
using the old stuff.
It's his given name.
All right, Vape moves
What his
on.
mama named him.
Our next matchup: David Palmer in 24 versus Jed Bartlett in The West Wing.
It was inevitable, Palmer.
What?
Bartlett.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just picking
No.
Palmer. Okay,
Bartlett.
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 Good choice. All right,
Bartlett.
we got Veep versus The West Wing.
I'm going Selena Meyer.
Bartlett.
No,
Bartlett.
I'm going
Bartlett.
Selena
Yeah, Bartlett.
Yes.
Don't tell her I did that.
Meyer. She'll cut you out.
Yeah.
I like slash your tires or something.
All right, so Jed Bartlett was our best fictional president in TV, and now we have our final matchup. We have James Marshall from Air Force One, played by Harrison Ford, versus Josiah Bartlett, played by Martin Sheen in The West Wing.
I mean, this was always going to be the matchup.
I'm going to
It
say
was.
Bartlett.
I'm going to say Bartlett also.
Yeah.
You have the track record. I mean, you have
But
Marshall
boots in the air.
again.
How many times was Bartlett boots in the air?
But it really comes down to what you were saying before we even started, was the movies are more dramatic, but the shows have more. They have more of the story and more inconsistency. And what we have is a very dramatic president versus the consistency of an entire administration and terms with Bartlett, and so it almost kind of automatically goes with him, because you only get a snapshot of Marshall.
Sure.
You get Bartlett as his entire presidency.
More like real life drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, Bartlett, easy.
So any
No, I
votes
think-
for Marshall?
I think we were all in agreement.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Harrison Ford goes down
He'll be all right.
with his plane.
He got
Oh.
his plane.
So Josiah Bartlett, played by Martin Sheen in The West Wing, is the best fictional president of all time across television and movies.
Bum, 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 bum.
There you go.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nailed it.
So how does this make you guys feel? Is this about how it was going to play out? Like,
I think this was always going to be kind of how it.
I think if Selena Meyer had gotten in, Harrison Ford would have won.
Yeah.
It's my opinion.
interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting.
I mean, I think you're right,
I am.
but it was always going to be Bartlett.
Right.
All right. Well, this should be coming out on Election Day here in the U.S., and we try to stay away from politics. But hey, go vote. It's Election Day. What are you doing?
Corey, who was the 42nd president?
What number are we on now?
42.
Hint. He played saxophone on the Arsenio Hall show.
That's a good hint.
Yeah,
I do know
that
that.
is a good hint.
Wasn't that Bill Clinton?
It was Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
3 for 3. Good job.
I didn't get the second one.
Yes, you did. Didn't you?
Well, I think
I didn't
Jason
say
said
it.
it.
It was him.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
The answer was given, but it wasn't from
Oh,
Corey.
that's right. Yeah. My
It
bad.
was the other winter.
A Winter answered it.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
All right.
there.
Thank you for
Other
tuning in. Please head on over to youtube.com/@EatSleepNerd if you're listening on podcast to go click subscribe, click like on this video, click the little bell icon so you can get notified anytime we post new videos. Leave some comments on this video if you have some thoughts about how we voted in this bracket. I mean, it was always going to be Jed Bartlett, right? It was always going to be.
Dave would have won.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
No.
Nick, you've had the most opinions this episode. What are 3 things nerds should be doing?
I don't think that's true. Nerds should be voting.
There you go.
I like it.
Nerds should be staying safe from hurricanes,
I like
Please.
that.
even though I think technically hurricane season is over now.
By the time this one comes out, probably.
Well, oh, yeah.
Oh,
By
yeah.
the time, yeah,
Feature.
that's right. Yeah.
When we're recording this, it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
We're in the thick of it.
Into the thick of it. And Eat Sleep Nerd. Bye.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.